How do you work from 8 to 5, have only weekends free, and not feel like you're wasting your life? I always feel this way until I'm unemployed. Then I wonder where the good times went. It's better than being homeless, I guess. Being an adult is coming to terms with that fact. I pass homeless people every day on my way to work and often think just how easy it would be for me to end up like that. How do people survive the 9 to 5 grind? This Reddit story goes off track a bit, but the answers are worth it. Stay till the end. After having been unemployed for 10 months, this is the thing: words like free, waste need to be put into context not of time, but productiveness and mental well-being. Being unemployed, I had a metric ton of time, but did nothing productive with it. Partly because no money to spend, but also I felt really depressed. Don't confuse that with being sad. There was this fatigue that just plagued me because of a lack of routine. Granted, I'm in the 6-hour workdays for days a week camp, but I'd rather be employed than not. A better question would be to ask those self-employed people what their lives and days are like, because there's a sort of work to eat. Be your own boss, make your own hours element there that a lot of people are actually wanting. But it's best to get that tail from a horse's mouth. It's depressing how our society has been forced to work rigid schedules for so long that people no longer know how to structure and use their own free time. That's not a sign of a job being good. That's like the bear that was released from its cage, still circling in place for hours because it has no idea what else to do anymore. As a person who is also unemployed, the only limiting factor is not having money to do things. If I had a steady income that did not have me working, it would be easy as to stay busy. Yeah, I got laid off in February and still haven't gotten a full-time job. The first 2 months when I still had a bunch of savings and was getting severance was literally the best. Then the money started drying up. I started spending more time learning, applying for jobs, and working on personal projects, hoping to make money from them. Started to get depressed from doing all this productive stuff without seeing any results, plus having to penny pinch and basically not do anything fun that would cost money, especially sending out tons of resumes and only being contacted twice. Luckily, I managed to get some contract work where I can set my own hours and just knock stuff out from a Kanban board. It's significantly less money than I was making at my real job, but at least it can keep me afloat. Hoping things get better, lol. But yeah, not having money is the problem. It's easy as to be busy and happy when the money is taken care of. Let me guess. Tech. Software engineer? Yep, lol. I was unemployed for a couple months this year, but had severance to live off of for 3 months. I think it'd be different if I had a lifetime's worth of money or even a year's worth. Even though I was in no way starving, I still felt the pressure to not waste my time doing anything fun, but rather stick to the grind of getting a job again. It takes a lot of financial freedom to actually feel free, unfortunately. I did do a couple projects and moved during that period, but it was still very strange to not have structure. It was a bit emotionally isolating. I definitely feel that also just sucks. My field is iffy on jobs because of constant instability with tariffs. This is a good point. Yes, you have to get a little creative to stay busy without spending any money, especially if you live somewhere with unfriendly weather or unwalkable design. Maybe we'd have more time to spend together with the people we care about, to laugh and play and entertain each other if everyone had fewer hours they needed to work. I was homeless for a while. It seems like even a lot of people in their 40s, 50s, and 60s can still count on having family giving them a free place to stay and cooking for them and giving them cars and all this stuff. Which, don't get me wrong, that's great. I don't want you to feel bad about that. Me? I'm alone. If I stop working, I'll die. I don't have a choice. Same. My family consists of a mom in a nursing home and a kid I still support, and I'm 63. If I stop working, I'll die. I don't have a choice. That's what hurts the most. Even if you weren't alone, you'd be relying on someone else to help you. I don't want to say burden, but it hurts, man. I'm glad you're doing okay. Wish it was better. I was chronically homeless for about 15 years. I slept in the snow, the mud, the bushes, church basements, people's floors, and holding cells. I ate at soup kitchens, food pantries, and even from trash cans and dumpsters. For the last 5 years, I've been fortunate enough to have a reasonably decent 40 hours a week Monday through Friday warehouse job and share a 2-bedroom mobile home with my brother. Every morning for the last 5 years, when I get up to go to work, I am grateful that I woke up in my own bed. I hope you wake up in a bed for the rest of your life. Except when he's on vacation. Do you not sleep in a bed while on vacation? No, they pass out drunk in the bushes like a real vacationer. I feel like this hasn't been upvoted enough. Jobs are jobs. Some people get lucky, and love theirs, most don't. A big part of it is having stuff to look forward to. A weekly class, a dinner with friends, a movie night at home, a road trip on the weekend. There's something about planning ahead that makes your workday a little more bearable, because you know there's a fun thing at the end of it. Even if it's OH, tonight is do nothing night. I can't wait to immediately jump into my PJS and order pizza and play a video game for 3 hours. Make work the thing that funds your fun. It's part of your life, but not your whole life. And you get to dictate how you show up and what you do with your time. I agree with this. Plus, not spending your weekends binge drinking or other activities that aren't actually fulfilling to you. Have meaningful connections and interactions with people on the weekends and after work at least once during the week, and I promise you'll feel better. One of the big reasons alcohol has been so closely intertwined with humankind for thousands of years is because it lowers inhibitions and make you do things you otherwise may or may not have done. So yeah, drinking all day is quite deadly, but once in a while have a drink. Those 3 shots of tequila might have you talk to that cute guy who might end up being your husband someday, or that round with those strangers with the funny mustaches and cutlasses might just have been the push you need to join the Spanish Inquisition. You only have one life to live sometimes. It's fun to just get weird with it. That took an unexpected turn. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition. I had to read it twice. I thought I just slipped into another dimension reading that. Go check out history. It's full of people who got organized and got rid of excessive wealth and power distribution. Doing absolutely nothing out of desperation is the worst choice to make. Donate time or money into change. More than half of wealth in the world is owned by a few percent, and it's unsustainable. The real anger should come from that fact that part of that wealth ought to be yours. You work for it. Everything you said was right, except half the world's wealth is owned by a few people, not a few percent. That's why we have to spread the word and band and vote together. There's no guarantee that one vote will change anything, but enough votes will, and not enough certainly won't. Amen. Once I threw all my chores and errands to weekdays instead of weekends and got 2 full free days for leisure. My life improved tenfold. Yep, grocery shopping on a Wednesday. After work sucks, but it sucks even more to go do it on a Saturday morning. It's all hard. Choose your hard. A nice little upside is that grocery shopping on weekdays and weeknights is much faster, because there are fewer people. Well, there were fewer people until this post.
Consider subscribing if you enjoyed this video and if you want to see more of Reddit Universe.